Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada. Om Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Asmad Gurubhyo Namaha. Shrutismritipurananam Karunanayam Namami Bhagavad-padam Shankaram Lokashankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badharayanam Sutra Bhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyoma Vyapta Dehaya Dakshina Murtaye Namaha Shri Medha Dakshinamurti Swamine Namaha. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Satchidananda-rupaya Krishnaya Krishnakadine Namo Vedanta-vedyaya Gurave Buddhi-sakshine Krishnadvaipayanam Vyasam Sarvalokahite Ratam Vedabja-bhaskaram Vande Shamadhi-nilayam Munim Sahasramurte Purushottamasya Sahasranetrananapada-baho Sahasranamam Stavanam Prashastam Niruchyate Janma Jaradi Shantyai. Namaste once again, everyone.
Namaste, Guruji.
Namaste, Guruji.
Namaste, Guruji. Namaskaram, Guruji.
With a humble request to those who have not marked their attendance.
Namaste, Guruji.
Namaste.
Namaste, Guruji.
Namaste. Please mark your attendance and then we proceed.
Namaste, Guruji.
Namaste. I think last week we started this sloka. Sarvagaha sarvavid bhanuhu vishvakseno janardhanaha vedo vedavidabhyango vedango vedavid kavihi. And I think I explained the meaning of sarvagaha, the one who is all pervasive. This meaning has come in different namas, rather. Sarvagaha. Then we were seeing the meaning of sarvavid bhanuhu, right? So in that I was saying that the meaning of sarvavid bhanuhu is the one who knows all and also who lights up everything. That is the meaning Adi Shankara takes. Sarvam veti vindate iti sarvavit. That is one meaning. Bhati iti bhanuhu. Tameva bhanta manubhati sarvam. Again he is quoting from various Upanishads. I mean, the same mantra occurs in two Upanishads. I think everybody is in mute now, so that their secret talks we will not hear. So as I said, this mantra, we will see this mantra also. It is there in Kathopanishad, it is in Mundaka Upanishad, Shweta Ashvatara Upanishad, all that the same mantra occurs there. Okay. So Sarva Vicha Asau Bhanu, that is, he is giving the Vigraha Vakya, the Samasa. Sarvavid Bhanu is a Samasa. There are two words, Sarvavid and Bhanu, right? So as I was explaining, there are two words in the Shastra, Sarvagyaha and Sarvavit. Both broadly mean the same thing. Sarvagyaha, the one who knows everything. Sarvavit, also the knower of everything. Right? So both words have grammatically the same meaning. Technically, they are used in different senses, as I was saying. Sarvam Brahma iti, that is, everything is Brahma. And if you know that Brahma, then as I am as Aham Brahmasmi, that there is no other Brahman, That is Sarvajna. When you know Brahman as everything and you know that I am that Brahman, so the one who knows himself as Brahman is called as Sarvajna. Okay. Because Brahman is Sarva. We have seen the first Nama itself, the meaning of the word Sarva. Right. And the Lord is also Sarvajna because Lord also knows that he is Brahman. So the Jiva who knows I am Brahman is Sarvajna. Bhagavan, Lord who knows he is Sarva, Brahman is also Sarvajna. But as I was saying, Jiva knows that I am everything very broadly in a general sense. He doesn't know the details, whereas the Lord knows all the details. Because Lord has got access to all the jivas, everything that is there in the universe. So the difference in the meaning is Jiva is Sarvajna, knows everything in general terms, whereas the Lord, because he knows everything in detail, he becomes a Sarvavit. So the Lord is not only Sarvajna, but he is also Sarvavit, the knower of everything and the knower of everything in full detail. Okay. So, because Jiva does not know all the names and forms of everything, whereas Bhagavan knows all the names and forms. He is the one who has created all the names and forms, so he knows everything. Okay. So a Jiva can only be a Sarvajna, not a Sarvavit, whereas Bhagavan is both Sarvajna and also Sarvavit. That's why he says Sarvam Veti iti Sarvavit. The Lord is Sarvavit because he knows all in general and also in detail. Sarvam Vindate iti Sarvavit. The Bhagavan being Satya Sankalpa. Satya Sankalpa means whatever Sankalpa he takes, he fulfills that. Whatever he thinks of, he makes it happen. Okay. And for this reason also, he is called Sarvavit. And then he said, Bhati iti Bhanuhu. Bhati means that, shining. So Bhanu is that which shines. This word Bha is the Dhatu. Okay. So Swayam Bhasate Prakashate. So the Lord as Brahman is self-shining, self-revealing, like the sun. Because Bhanu generally is a name which is given to the sun also. That's why today is called Bhanuvara, Sunday, right? In fact, sometimes I wonder whether the names which are there in English for these weeks have all been taken a translation of the names which are there in Sanskrit. Because Monday is Induvara, Hindu is moon. So from moon day, it has become Monday. So like that, if you just analyze everything, so probably, the origin of the names which are there in English, the Sunday, Monday and all, it has got its basics in all the Sanskrit words as Bhanuvara and Induvara, etc. Okay. And if you look at the sun, or if you understand the sun in a relative sense, the sun does not require any other thing for it to shine. Of course, the sun also shines because it is borrowing that shining power from Brahman only. That is a absolute sense. But in a relative sense, the sun does not depend on anything else for shining. It is, we can call it, sun is self-shining. And because of its shine, all other things shine. For example, moon does not have its own light. Because of the sun's light, the moon shines. So moon is not luminous by itself. So the sun not only shines, but sarvam bhasayati makes the moon and everything else also shine after it. When the sun shines, everything else shines after it. Now, when we can appreciate so much about the sun's shining power, what to talk of the very cause of the sun's shine? So if we can say sun is self-shining, the cause of that sun also should be self-shining only, self-revealing only. Swayam prakashate. And which is what? Which is Paramatma, Brahman. That's why he says, Sarvan Bhasayati, what Bhashikara says. Brahman lights up everything in this world. The Shrutis highlight this, as I told you, by saying, Na tatra suryo bhati na chandra tarakam nema vidyuto bhanti kuto yamagnihi. This is a mantra which is chanted in temples, not all temples, temples who follow Vedantic tradition. Whenever we show camphor to the Bhagavan, in fact, this mantra reveals our ignorance. He says, oh Bhagavan, you are the one who is self-shining and who makes everything shine. But see my ignorance, my foolishness. I am showing this small light to you as if to make you shine. That shows our ignorance, of what exactly Ishvara is. So what we are saying is, we know that we are being ignorant, we are being foolish in showing this camphor, but please accept it as our offering. That is what is the intention or the sentiment behind that mantra. So na tatra suryo bhatina chandra tarakam nema vidyuto bhanti kutoyam agnihi. Kutoyam agnihi. What to talk of this small camphor light? Right? There, tatra, the sun, the moon, lightning, vidyute, lightning, and every other sources of light, they do not shine on their own. That is, they do not light up the vastu. How will this small light, which I am showing you, will light you up? Tameva bhantam anubhati sarvam. Because of your light only, everything else is shining. Tasya bhasa sarvam idam vibhati. While all the sources of light, which we think are the sources of light, they actually, in fact, do not have any power to light up. But because they borrow their lighting power from you, they all shine after you, after your own shining Swarupa. So Brahman or Atma lights up everything because it is self-effulgent and self-shining. Even the mind and the senses, they all work, they all are able to gain knowledge because of the light of consciousness. And here light is an illustration. When we say shining, it means any cognition that we get. Whether it is hearing cognition, seeing cognition, any cognition we get, we can say that it is shining because of Brahman, because of the consciousness. Okay. Because eyes can see objects only when they reflect light. Isn't it? If the objects do not reflect light, eyes cannot see that. And eyes can see only if the eyes have got light. If eyes do not have light, they cannot see. So the objects are, they reflect light. The eyes have got light. From where do the eyes get light? Unless the mind is behind the eyes and provides that shining to the eyes or the light to the eyes cannot see. So the eyes get their light from the mind. From where does the mind get the light? It gets the light from Atma, consciousness, which is self-shining. If you ask from where does Atma get the light? Atma doesn't get the light from anywhere. It is self-shining. So it doesn't need to get the light. Self-revealing, self-shining, self-effulgent. That is the Swarupa of Atma. Okay. So whether it is the eyes seeing or the nose smelling or the ears hearing, all these faculties work. It looks as if to us as if the eyes are seeing, but actually the light to see is provided by, ultimately, by Brahman. Relatively, you can say it is being provided by the mind, etc. But eventually, even the mind borrows that light from Brahman only, the light of consciousness. So all perceptions of our sense organs are possible only because of the light of the Atma behind them. Atma being in the form of consciousness, it is self-shining, self-revealing, and lights up the mind, the senses, and everything and the entire world. This is the light of all lights, which is self-effulgent. And as I said, this mantra is chanted when we do Deeparadhana after a puja. The mantra says, how am I going to light you up, Bhagavan, with this camphor light? Even when the sun, the moon, etc. cannot illumine you. So this is really not to light you up, oh Bhagavan, but it is, I am showing this camphor with a prayer that may you please light up my buddhi like this. Because my buddhi is steeped in ignorance and therefore it needs the light of knowledge. And the only way I can convey that to you, communicate that to you, is by using this camphor light. Just like the camphor catches the fire within the moment of the fire being taken to it. Similarly, let my buddhi also become so sharp, so sensitive to knowledge, that the moment the knowledge comes, my buddhi catches that knowledge, light of knowledge. This is the prayer, that is why we offer this Karpura Deeparadhana to Bhagavan. Even in Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan says, Yada Dityagatam Tejaha Jagat Bhasayate Khilam Tat Tejo Vidhi Mamakam. Whatever the sun, Aditya Teja, shining this whole universe, lighting up the whole universe. Jagat Bhasayate Akhilam, lights up the entire world. Tat Tejaha, that light, that brightness, may you know Vidhi Mamakam, it is mine. Bhagavan says, revealing his Sachidananda Swarupa, his Swarupa as the consciousness. So I am actually illumining the whole world, says Bhagavan, through all these sun and all luminous bodies. So the one who actually even lights up the Bhanu, the sun, is the real Bhanu. And that is why here he is referred to, Ishvara is referred to as Bhanu. And he is Sarvavit, as we have already seen, the one who knows everything in detail. So he is Bhanu, self-shining, illumining everything like the sun, and he is also Sarvavit. So both put together constitute one Nama, Sarvavit Bhanu. Okay. It's a Karmadharya Samasa, which is what Adi Shankara gave the Vigraha Vakyam for the Samasa. Then the next Nama is Vishwaksena. Now, Vishwaksena, we have already seen when we were seeing the initial this Purva Bhaga, Vishwaksenam Tamashraye. I gave one explanation there. Vishwasena is the head of the army of Vishnu. The Vaishnava Sampradaya Devata. But here, Adi Shankara takes a different meaning for Vishwasena. Even though the meaning is more or less similar. Here he says Vishwaksena means the one surrounded on all sides by armies. Vishwang gacchati palayate de something Sena yasyeti Vishwaksena. Not having my book. Some mistake here. Doesn't matter. Vishwak means everywhere. Vishwa is all. Vishwak means everywhere. On all sides. So Vishwak Sarvatra Sena hai yasya saha Vishwak Sena. The armies of Bhagavan are everywhere on all sides. And looking at it from the Purana standpoint, the Senas, the armies of the Asuras, they all flee in all directions being frightened by Bhagavan. And hence, he is Vishwaksena. One meaning we can take. But as Pujya Swamiji points out, we can look at this Nama with a deeper meaning. Starting point is all that is here is Ishvara. And as we all know, we look at Ishvara from three standpoints. What is centered in Atma, the self, the individual, is called Adhyatma. When looked at it from this standpoint, it is the Adhyatmika aspect of Ishvara. So here the meaning of that Atma, when we use the word Atma, means Karya Karana Sanghata. The body, mind, sense complex is called Atma, including legs, feet, hair, everything, the whole body, mind, sense complex. This is one meaning, Adhyatmika meaning. Then what is centered on external world? The world of people and things. External to us, it is Adi Bhautika. So it is Adi Bhuta, and when looked at from that perspective, it is Adi Bhautika aspect of Ishvara. We must remember Ishvara is everything. We are just trying to compartmentalize that everything into three compartments. Adhyatmika, Adi Bhautika. Because my eyes see and other eyes also see. But there is a basic order behind all these things. Same way my ears hear, all other ears also hear rather. Taste, touch, everything you take, it is not only restricted to me, but to all living beings. And everything is governed by a total order, the order of Ishvara, the niyama of Ishvara. So the Adhyatmika function of the eyes is meant to see the external forms and colors which are Adi Bhautika. That is how the Adhyatmika and the Adi Bhautika are connected. And with Ishvara being the Upadharana Karana, the material cause for this entire universe, everything is his manifestation. And everything is governed by the laws of Ishvara also, who is also the Nimitta Karana, the efficient cause. So when we look at Ishvara as the Nimitta Karana, then Ishvara, Bhagavan becomes the Adhisthana Devata of this entire cosmos. He becomes the Adhisthana Devata of all the laws. And this is Adi Daivika aspect. Thus, we can look at Ishvara from Adhyatmika standpoint, Adi Bhautika standpoint, and Adi Daivika standpoint. And the laws in the cosmic laws are numerous laws are there. And because of that, each law has got one Adhisthana Devata, and that's why the Adhisthana Devatas are also many. In fact, each faculty of ours has got Adhisthana Devata. Which Adhisthana Devata? I mean, some of them are mentioned in Lagunyasa when we chant Rudram. Prajanane Brahma Tishtato, Padayor Vishnu Tishtato, Hastayos Harastishtato, Bahor Indrastishtato, Jatare Agnistishtato, Hridaye Shivastishtato, Kanthe Vasavastishtanto, Vaktre Saraswati Tishtato, Nasikayor Vayustishtato, Nayanayos Chandradityau Tishtetam. All these Adhisthana Devatas, each faculty of ours, each part of ours, which Devata is the Adhisthana Devata, we can know by chanting these mantras. So whenever we are chanting Lagunyasa, Lagunyasa basically is meant for dhyana, for invoking the Lord in our mind. And whenever we are chanting this, bring that Lord into that respective, recognize the presence of that Devata in the respective parts. Once you do that, you chant with that kind of a focus and concentrated mind, you are converting this body-mind sense complex for at least for the period of that upasana into Ishvara itself, into the total Devata itself, consisting of all individual Devatas. So this is the Adi Daivika aspect, which is again connected to the Adi Adhyatmika aspect. So all these things, when we look at Ishvara, we can look at it either individually, in these compartmental wise, and everything is related to each other. So from that point of view, we can understand this Ishvara as the Vishwaksena, who has got, these are all armies of Ishvara. All the Devatas are what? Each Devata is a power. And they are all use their power to maintain the order of Ishvara, to maintain the cosmic order. So what are they? They are nothing but as armies of Ishvara. On all sides they are there. And whenever we say, our scriptures say there are 33 crore Devatas, people laugh at us. That is because they are more ignorant than us. At least we have got some understanding of what these Devatas are. They have no such understanding. If you ask anybody, can you actually enumerate all the powers which are there in this universe? Nobody can do that. Every time you think of, you will come up with a new power. And every power is represented by a Devata. And that is why we say 33 crore Devatas. 33 crore powers are there in the universe. Even 33 crore, I don't know whether it is just a number, means infinite, representing, some large, huge number, or it is an actual calculation of 33 crore, I don't know. But that is what it means. It does not mean we have got 33 crore gods, as they say. For us, there is only God. Everything is God only for us. So that is the meaning of this Vishwaksena. Then the next one is a very common name, Janardhanaha. Again, the word Janardhana has got two meanings. Like we saw Rudraha. Janardhana means the tormentor of adharmic people. That is one meaning. Then second one is Janardhana is the one who is sought after by people. That is Janardhana. So that's why Adi Shankara says, Janan, Durjanan, Ardayati, Hinasti, Iti, Va Janardhana. Janaihi Purushartham Abhyudaya Nishreyasa Lakshanam Adhyate Yachyate Iti Janardhana. Beautiful definition he gives both. So he is called Janardhana, Bhagavan is called Janardhana because Janan Ardhayati, he chastises, inflicts suffering on the people. But he does not do this to all. He does this only to those who are Durjana, who do not follow Dharma, who follow Adharma. And how does he do it? He does it by dealing out the results of all their Papa Karmas. As Karma Phala Dhata, he gives the fruits. And that Papa Karma results will certainly be very, very distressing, very troubling, tormenting. So because he is the Karma Phala Dhata of all the Papa Karmas for all the Durjanas, he is called Janardhana. And those who do these Papa Karmas actually ask for it, isn't it? A person puts his finger in the fire and gets burned. If he knows that the fire will burn, will he put his finger? Still he will say, let me try. I am something special. My finger will not burn. Fire's dharma is to burn. It follows its dharma. Your dharma is to keep yourself safe, your finger safe from that fire. That is your dharma. By putting your finger knowingly into the fire, you are doing an adharmic action. And the result of that, Bhagavan gives immediately. You have done a Papa Karma, so let your finger burn, you suffer the anguish of the burning finger. So, as Puja Swami says, he asked for it, he got it. Where people who do adharma, who do Papa Karmas, actually ask for it. And they will get it also. If not in this Janma, some Janma, they will get it. And when they get it, they will not think why I am getting it. In fact, they will ask this question, why this trouble is happening to me? In this Janma, I have not done anything. You might not have done anything in this Janma, but what do you know? Do you know your past Janma Karmas, which are all very safely, stored in your Karana Sharira? Everything that you have done, all your crores of lives, it's all safely stored. That chip, is, we have the technology has not developed our current technology to manufacture such a chip, which can store the Papa Punya Karmas for so many crores of births. But that is there. And you carry it every time when you are transmigrating from one body to another body. You carry that chip with you. So the access for Bhagavan is very easy. He does not need to search. So he, as a Karma Phala Dhata, he is a Janardhana. Okay. Then the verbal root, ardh is the verbal root as a meaning of yachana also. Yachana means to pray, to implore. That's why he says, Janaihi ardhayate yachayate. So this is another meaning of from using the meaning of the word root ardh Adi Shankara takes. Because he is prayed to, he is sought after by the devotees, he is Janardana. They may seek him for attaining any of their purusharthas, gaining any of their purusharthas, which consists of two, Nishreyasaha, Abhyudeha and Nishreyasaha. In fact, Adi Shankara in his Bhashyam, especially Bhagavad Gita Bhashyam, uses these two words, Abhyudeha and Nishreyasaha. The four purusharthas he divides into two. Artha, Kama, Dharma, he puts as Abhyudaya. And the Moksha is a Nishreyasa. The first three are all collections, material things, including Punya Papa, I am collecting. Pravritti Rupa Dharma, that he calls Abhyudaya, which goes on increasing. Nishreyasaha is Nivritti Rupa Dharma. Shreyas, Moksha, renunciation, giving up everything. The ultimate goal, ultimate Purushartha, the Parama Purushartha, Moksha. So that same the nomenclature or expressions he uses here, Abhyudaya Nishreyasaha. Nishreyas means moksha. Okay. So people seek, pray to Bhagavan for fulfilling all their purusharthas. Who are artharthis, who are kamarthis, who are dharmarthis, for them they pray to Ishvara to give them more and more artha, more and more desired objects, more and more punyas. They pray to Bhagavan. And those who are, the seekers of moksha, mumukshuhu, including sannyasis, they pray to Bhagavan that let my spiritual goal be achieved by me in this life itself, so that I can avoid taking another birth. So they also pray to Bhagavan. For the very same Bhagavan, different people pray for different reasons for fulfilling their respective purusharthas. So this is why he is called Janardana. Yeah. So here Ardh Yachayate meaning he is taking. Janaihi Ardhyate, Ardhyate Yachyate. That is the meaning he takes. Okay. So Janardana. Then the next nama is Vedaha. Vedaha, again two meanings. The one who is in the form of Veda is Vedaha. And also the one who makes us know is also Vedaha. Veda Rupatvat Vedaha. Vedayati iti va Vedaha. Both meanings Adi Shankara takes. Veda Rupatvat Vedaha. Bhagavan is in the form of Vedas because he is the one who has given the Vedas. Vedas have come from Bhagavan only. That is the source of all the Vedas. So that is why he is called Veda. And the Vedas are said to be his breath. They said when he breathed out, Vedas came. So they are not different from him. The Mahabharata says all Vedas, all disciplines of knowledge, all yajnas are nothing but Sri Krishna alone, Bhagavan Krishna alone. Those Brahmanas who know him thus, that they have completed all their yajnas. In fact, the same idea comes in Bhagavad Gita. So Brahmarpanam Brahma Havihe Brahmagnau Brahmana Hutam Brahmaivatena Gantavyam Sarvakadha Brahma Karma Samadhina. So everything is Brahman, and the people, the Brahmana who knows this fact, he himself becomes Brahman. Brahman veti iti Brahmavit. Right? So Vedayati iti va Vedaha, second meaning he takes. Because he is the one who makes us know. He is Veda. Quoting from Gita, Vedaihi cha sarvaihi ahameva vedyaha. Vedantakrit Vedavid eva cha aham. Says Bhagavan Krishna. I am the Veda itself. I am the author of the Vedas. I am the one to be known through the Vedas. Because there is no other way to know Ishvara other than Ishvara introducing himself through the Vedas. Because any other type of knowledge is incapable of revealing the Ishvara. What is Ishvara? All other types of knowledge may reveal their subject matter, but Ishvara can be known only through Vedas. The other means of knowledge like perception, you have seen, the six pramanas, Pratyaksha, Anumana and all that, Attapatti. They are all incapable of revealing him. That's what we saw in Aprameya also, when we saw the meaning of Aprameya. So how do you arrive at an answer to the question, what or who is the cause of this world? Because nothing can come on their own. Nothing can be created on its own, isn't it? There has got to be a cause. What is the cause? How do you answer that cause? Scientists are still searching the cause. We have answered it millions of years ago in the Vedas. Right? Because there is, other than Vedas, there is no other way to arrive at the cause of the world. The pot is created, and being a creation, there is a creator for pot. The clay, a lump of clay sitting there cannot create the pot by itself. It has to be placed in the hands of an intelligent, efficient, skillful, knowledgeable person to shape it into a pot. Yat yat karyam tat tat satkritam karyatvat patavat. This is from one of the Nyaya statements. It says whatever is created, whatever is a product should have a creator. The a created object implies a creator. Why? Because karyatvat patatvat. Because it is a product like cloth. Tarkashastra. Now we want to arrive at the cause of the entire world, and which includes our body, mind, sense complex also. That implies a creation. Why? Because karyatvat, it is put together intelligently. Where the mouth is there. Intelligently place the two ears here so that those people who want to wear specs can actually wear it like this. Intelligently put the brain on the top. All very thoughtfully done. In fact, if you go into analysis of our whole body works, you can see the intelligence and the knowledge behind that entire structure which has been put together. Karyakarana Sanghata. Right? So, similarly, the whole Jagat should also have a creator. Now, there is a defect which Pujya Swamiji points out in this reason. When you say a creator, how can you prove that there is only one creator and not many creators? Because when we come to examples like pot, cloth and all that, we have different creators. Pot is created by the potter. He cannot create cloth. He doesn't have no knowledge to create a cloth. Cloth is created by whoever it is, who runs the mill. He creates the cloth. Similarly, different objects which are created are created by different creators. So when we are looking at this entire world, which we perceive as totally having so many objects, different distinct objects. How can you say all these have got only one creator and not many creators? That is the defect in this logic, to say there is only one creator. So, I mean, we can look at it, even one item to create, for example, a car. There are many creators of the different parts of the car. So it's not, even you cannot say that, okay, a pot is there is a potter. When you take the example of a car, there is not one creator even for the car. There are different creators for different parts of the car. So similarly, why can't we say that the whole creation, there are many creators and there is not a single creator? So how do we know that there is a single creator? The only source of that knowledge is Vedas. And that is why Puja Swamiji insists always, you must understand Vedas as a pramana, as a source of knowledge for this entire universe. There is nothing other, no other source can give you this knowledge. You cannot question the Vedas, apply your logic to Vedas and start questioning the Vedas. You understand the Vedas, you can apply the logic to support what the Vedas says. But you cannot challenge the Vedas by using your logic. And that is exactly what many of the other philosophies, they try to do. Nayayikas, for them, logic is superior, and Vedas also say that is why we are right, they are saying. Even the logic from where they have got the logic also from that Ishvara only. And that Ishvara is known through the Vedas only. Nothing else can show, tell us about Ishvara. So that is why the Ishvara, if we have to know, Ishvara has to introduce himself. And he introduces himself only through Vedas. Vedaihi sarvaihi ahameva vedyaha. Says Bhagavan, as I said, I am the one to be known through all the Vedas. And all the Vedas reveal that Lord, that Ishvara alone. All the means and all the ends are that Ishvara alone. So the Jagat implies a creator. Since it is created, it's a creation. And that creator is Ishvara. And that there is only one Ishvara is revealed by the Shastras. What the Shastra says alone is valid because it happens to be self-evident me. I am that Ishvara. Ishvara being self-evident. When I say Aham Brahmasmi, how do I say Aham Brahmasmi? Because of the Shastra only. That knowledge of Aham Brahmasmi I am getting from the Shastra only. So the nature of Ishvara is self-evident, it is self-revealing, it is existence and consciousness. That is the Swarupa of Ishvara. Everything else draws its existence, its being, its power from that Paramatma only. But at the same time, the Paramatma is transcendental. And the connecting power between the Paramatma and the Jagat is a concept called Maya. And all these things we cannot arrive at by any logic or any thinking or any analysis. Therefore, Ishvara, who is Sarvajnaha and also Sarvavit, has to introduce himself through the Vedas. the words which introduce Ishvara in the word in the Vedas are the words of Ishvara only. It's a self-introduction. And so Ishvara being manifest in the form of Jagat, every discipline of knowledge of Ishvara, every discipline of knowledge is Ishvara, including Veda. In fact, Veda is the highest discipline of knowledge. So here, we can also take Veda as a Uparakshana for all types of knowledge, whether it is a Paravidya or Aparavidya. Word Veda itself means knowledge only, right? So here Veda we can take, Veda means all knowledge. All types of knowledge we can include in the word Veda by taking a very broader meaning of the word Veda. Okay. So it is a representative of all disciplines of knowledge. So every knowledge is nothing but Ishvara. Whether it's the knowledge of psychology, geology, biology, any ology, all Ishvara only. So Ishvara is the entire body of the knowledge, and that is why he is called Veda. Next, again, the word comes Vedavid. We have already seen the meaning Vedavid. So if the Lord is Veda, who is Vedavid? The knower of Vedas. He alone is Vedavid because he is the one who has actually given out the Vedas. And that's why he is the one who knows all the Vedas. Any human being who has learned the Vedas may or may not have learned the Vedas completely. But we can be sure that there is one person who knows the Vedas completely, that is Ishvara. Because he is the author of the Vedas. He is the one who has given out the Vedas. Okay. Not only he has given out, he knows all the meanings also, proper meanings of whatever he has given out. We may misunderstand some of the meanings of the Vedas, Veda mantras, but Ishvara will have no misunderstanding. And again, Bhagavan, Pujya Swamiji quotes from Gita only. Vedanta krit, Veda videva aham, cha aham. I am the Vedavid, I am the Vedakrit, I am the one who has done, who has created the Vedas, I am the one who knows the Vedas. Here, Vedanta Krit means it refers to a guru. Vedanta Mahavakya Upadeshakrit, the one who teaches the Mahavakya. So the guru is Bhagavan, Dakshinamurti, and the student also is Bhagavan once he knows Aham Brahmasmi. So both the guru and the student both try to understand the Bhagavan or teach Bhagavan. Who is that Bhagavan? He is also them only, rather, right? And he is understood through all the Vedas. When the Vedas say Tattvamasi, you are that, the one who knows this is a Vedavid. So Bhagavan is both a guru and he is also an enlightened Shishya. Every guru has been a Shishya before, isn't it? Only when you become a Shishya, and that to a very I would say committed Shishya, you can become a guru. Thus, the Lord is the very Veda. He is the Vedavid. He is also the guru. He is also the Shishya, because Aham Brahma is the subject matter of the Vedas. And again, quoting from Gita, Jnani to Atmaiva me matam. He says, Bhagavan, the 7th chapter. Not only I am all knowledge, but I am also Vedya, the one knowing which everything is known. So the knower of Veda is also me. Veda is also me. This is the meaning of the Nama Vedaha. I think I'll take one more nama. Avyangaha. Avyangaha means the one without any deficiencies. Avyanga jnanadibihi paripurnaha avikala uchyate. Vyangaha vyaktihi na vidyate yasya iti va. That which is devoid of any anga is called vyanga or vikalanga. Vikalanga is a word commonly used these days. Vyanga also we can use. If a anga is not there, any particular anga is not there. What is not vyanga, not devoid or deficient of anything, is avyanga. Bhagavan is avyanga because jnanadibihi paripurnaha. He is full, paripurnaha, with jnana adibihi. What is that? Jnanam, Aishwaryam, Shakti, Bala, Virya, Tejas. The 6 virtues of Bhagavan, the Bhaga, 6 Bhagas. So he is paripurna, he is full, complete, absolute measure. He has all these 6 virtues. So he is paripurna, and that is why he has no vyanga. So he is abhyanga. I hope you remember this when we talked about the definition of Bhagavan, meaning of Bhagavan. I had explained this 6 virtues. Even many people may have these qualities, but they will still not be in full measure. It may not be total, there may be deficiencies in that. But as I said, all these are in absolute measure in Bhagavan with no lack or any deficiency. Vyanga also means Vyakti. Vyakti means manifestation. So he is Avyangaha, not manifest, means not available to the sense organs for objectification. That meaning also can be brought in. Adi Shankara brings that. Bhagavan says in Gita, Avyakto ham. Avyaktaha aham, he says. I am unmanifest. 2nd chapter itself, he says it. So he is of the nature of the self-evident consciousness, the very nature of oneself. This is the word. Avyangaha reveals the essential nature of Bhagavan from this meaning standpoint. Okay. So I will stop here and continue in the next class. Vedangaha will continue next class. I'll say the prayers. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Thank you all very much.
Namaste Guruji.
Namaste.
धन्यवादः महोदय नमस्ते
Namaste Guruji.
Thank you Guruji.
Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you.
Namaste.
Thank you.
Namaste, Guruji.
Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you. Namaste. Namaste all.
Thank you very much, Guruji. Namaskaram.
Yes, namaskaram. Namaskaram.
Namaskaram, Guruji.
Namaskaram.
Guruji, could you please repeat the 6 bhagas of Bhagavan, the 6 virtues of Bhagavan?
I will do that, but first we last Arun Kumar has raised his hand, so first,
Sorry about that.
then I'll come back to you. Okay.
Thank you, Guruji. I just want to understand, not in relevance to today's lesson, but earlier you had previous 2 weeks back, you had referred. Do we really, are we bestowed with free will at all? Given with so much karma, is there free will and is it a fact?
See, only because we have free will, we get into all this karma problem. That itself is a self-evident proof rather. And Animals and all, other than human beings, since they do not have free will, they do not have this karma problem at all. They don't, for all their actions, there is no punya papa. Only for human beings, there is this punya papa aspect. Why? Because of the free will. So the question is self-answering question. The moment you say because of karma, now the problem we all have in understanding is, whenever we face some problems, we say that it is purva janma karma phalam. Right? But who did that karma in the purva janma? I only did it. And how did I do it? With my free will only I did it. Today, I may not be able to use my free will to prevent the ill effects or the negative effects of that karma of the previous janma. But when I did those karmas, I did that using my free will only. So whenever we are talking of karmas, punya papas, the first thing is they arise only because we have free will. And today's free will, we should use to make sure that we do not earn more and more papa karmas by using the free will, by doing adharmic actions. That is the role of free will in our current birth. So people get all these things mixed up and then get confused. Our thinking should be very clear. Because there is a past karta who is of the previous janma karta. He used his free will, did some karmas. That karmas, unfortunately for us, has matured in this janma. Right? We have no control over it. And then we think that, oh, it's all destiny, destiny, destiny. Destiny is there, but destiny you created yourself in one of your previous janmas. So don't blame Bhagavan, don't blame anybody. Bhagavan is only a Supreme Court judge. He is just looking at what actions have been taken and what papas and punyas have been accumulated. Accordingly, he has got a rule book. If this is the papa, this is the punishment. If this is the punya, this is the reward. So he is the karma phala data. He gives us rewards in this janma. That is why when we come to Vedanta, our vision should broaden. We must look at our life not from the date of birth of this life to the date of death. It is a life which has been coming from past so many births. So that is how we have to understand free will. Is that clear?
Thank you, Guru. Thank you.
Yes, Lataji, the 6 bhagas which you are talking about, you are asking about.
I'm sorry, I think I'm wasting the time of the class because it will be there in your recording, Guruji. If somebody has got more questions, they can ask.
Oh, that's okay. It will take 1 minute. I'm sure that many people in the class also may have the same question. Is it? Am I right? Okay. So, what are the 6 bhagas? It is there in the earlier recording also. Rather, in fact, when we started this, Vishnu Sahasranamam, and even I think in Tattva Bodha classes also I had explained the 6 bhagas. So it is Jnanam, Aishwaryam, Balam. Let me just to take my notes so that I don't commit a mistake in my memory.
Balam.
Jnanam, Aishwaryam, Balam,
Viryam, Tejas.
So Jnana, Aishwarya, Shakti, Bala, Virya, and Tejas. Okay. Jnanam is knowledge. Aishwaryam is overlordship. Shakti is strength. Bala here means valor. Bala here means ability, capabilities. And Viryam is valor. And Tejas is splendor. These are the 6 bhagas. That 6 aspects of Bhagavan. They are called bhagas. 6 bhagas. Got that?
I got that, Guruji. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any more question? Any other question?
I have one more question about this connecting Papa because of our adharmic activities. What about adharmic activities which happen unintentionally, Guruji? We do mean something good, but then without knowing some adharmic happens.
As I told you, we must understand this, how this Papa and Punya accumulate. One of the most important aspect is of, whether an action is dharmic or adharmic, is determined by the intention with which the action is done. What is the motivation for you to do that action? It is that motivation which leads to either it is a punya or a papa. An action which may actually look at adharmic, like as was explaining yesterday in Bhagavad Gita class also. An action which may look like adharmic in the sense ahimsa, it's a himsatmaka action. But if the motive behind that action is dharmic motive, it is to save somebody's life, then it will gain punya, not papa. Even though himsa is involved, and ahimsa is paramo dharma, one will argue. So what is dharma and what is adharma is a very vast chapter. Ahimsa is adharma for a brahmana, whereas for a kshatriya, himsa is not adharma. So we are not talking about a universal dharma here. When a general universal dharma is there, but again that dharma needs to be interpreted with reference to the category, the circumstances, the context in which all this is stated. In fact, for that matter, no values are absolute. In fact, I think in Vishnu Sahasranamam earlier classes, if you remember, I told you about the Dharma Rahasyams, which Adi Shankara talked about. There are Dharma Rahasyams. Dharma Rahasyam means people who follow Dharma to the hilt, they are given certain exemptions from breaking that Dharma occasionally. And I gave you the examples of Rama, advising his charioteer when he was going, Rama was going to the forest. Dasharatha was crying, "Don't go, Rama, don't go, Rama." And there was a lot of Ayodhya people and all, they were all shouting, so much of, noise was there. So Rama, and this charioteer of Rama, he was hesitant to go, because in all this confusion, the king Dasharatha is asking Rama not to go, whether he should go or not go, he didn't know. So Rama told him, "You go." Then that fellow asked that when I come back, Dasharatha is going to ask me, he's the king, I am under his service. He is going to ask me that when I was shouting, asking Rama not to go, why did you take the chariot and go to the forest? What will I answer him? Then Rama advises him, you tell him that in all the noise, I did not hear your order. Now, this is there in Ramayana. Question is whether Rama's advice was dharma or adharma. This is a very interesting question in our scriptures. Now we have to sit and analyze what is the higher dharma. Higher dharma for Rama was he had to obey his father's words. The higher dharma for Rama was that his father should keep up his word which he had given to Kaikeyi. The higher dharma for Rama was that when Kaikeyi wanted Rama to go to forest and the father agreed and told Rama in the first instance to go to the forest, that was the higher dharma. It was not Rama's own dharma, but he was protecting the dharma of his father, the king. If suppose Rama said, oh, okay, I was only waiting for this opportunity. See, earlier I know that you were not disturbed by this lady, stepmother Kaikeyi, but now you are in your senses, you are asking me not to go. I will not go. If Rama had said that, there would have been no Ramayana. Isn't it? So one has to interpret dharma in the context. But then for that matter, because Rama did, we cannot do. We should not quote Rama. Rama did that, so I will also do it. That is not a correct argument, because then you should do everything else Rama did. Are you doing everything else Rama did? Are you a Purushottama? Rama was a Purushottama, Uttama Purusha. Are you a Purushottama? So these are all dharma rahasyams, and these are all their exceptions to dharma. You know, the general what we understand by dharma. So whenever we read the scriptures, we have to be very clear in our mind in terms of understanding the justification, what is there in the scriptures. Because scriptures will never talk something which is not sustainable, not explainable. Got it?
Yes, Guruji, you had explained this during the Tattvabodha classes as well.
Exactly. Or maybe Tattvabodha I explained this. No, but I think Dharma Rahasyam, it came in Vishnu Sahasranamam only, because I remember that I don't remember the context in which, but Adi Shankara said that Dharma Rahasyam he used. And I explained this at that time. What is this Dharma Rahasyam? I gave a very detailed explanation. In fact, there were one more example of Yudhishthira I quoted. Yudhishthira also is what? Dharma Putra. But he also told a lie. So when Yudhishthira can tell a lie, where can I tell a lie? That justification, we must not get into that trap. Yudhishthira, be a Yudhishthira, and then you can tell a lie. And that's all Dharma Rahasyam. They are exceptions. They are not taught to the people in general by the scriptures. They are known to the people who know Dharma fully, who know on what circumstances I can actually make an exception to this. They know that. So that's why they do it. For us, it may look like a wrong thing because we don't know the difference between Dharma and Adharma. But those people know Dharma, Adharma very well. So this is all we have to understand.
Thank you very much.
Just thank you very much. Haryo.
Haryo.
Thank you. Okay, so shall we close today? No more.
Yes,
Dhanyavadah Mahodaya.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Guruji.
Thank
Hari
you,
Om.
Guruji.